It's Tuesday, December 15th, and you're watching The Great Lost Rewatch. Today we're talking about Enter 7-7. This is a Saeed-centric episode. His flashbacks take place when he is a cook in Paris. One of the customers at the restaurant turns out to be a cook of his own restaurant, and he likes Saeed's food so much that he invites Saeed to come and interview at his restaurant. Saeed goes there and realizes that this was not an interview. He has been captured. The reason Saeed was taken prisoner is Sammy's wife recognized Saeed when they were walking on the street as the man who tortured her when they were living in Iraq. Saeed keeps denying this, saying that he would never torture a woman, but eventually Sammy's wife comes in, tells a story about a cat and being scared all the time, and she says to Saeed, "Show me the respect I deserve and say that you remember who I am and what you did to me." And Saeed finally admits that yes, he did torture her. She forgives him and they let him go. On the island, our beach people have found the remnants of the ping pong table from the Swan Station. Sawyer wants his stuff back because he wouldn't be Sawyer if he didn't want his stuff. He offers a deal saying he'll play somebody for all of the stuff that they took from his stash, but if Sawyer loses, then he cannot give any nicknames to anyone for a whole week. And the camp chooses Hurley, and Hurley kicks his ass. The main story of this episode is with our group of Saeed, Kate, Locke, and Danielle, and they are following a bearing based off of the light that shone on Mr. Echo's Jesus stick. Saeed goes to collect some fruit, and all of a sudden there is a cow. And then someone whistles for the cow, and the cow comes. I didn't know that you could whistle at a cow like you could a dog. Anyway, he follows the cow, and the cow goes to this house, and who is in the house but Eye Patchy that we saw in the Pearl Station. Saeed is going to try and go to talk to Eye Patchy unarmed so he will appear less threatening. He sees this cat who is eerily similar to the cat that Sammy's wife had, and then Kate and Locke come in and they force Eye Patchy to drop his weapon, and Eye Patchy introduces himself as Mikhail, and he says he is the last surviving member of the Dharma Initiative. The hostiles agreed to leave him alone if he stayed in his valley. Kate says this really doesn't make any sense. Why would the hostiles just leave him alone if they have all this equipment? And Saeed says it doesn't make sense because he is in fact one of them. And Saeed is also certain that somebody else is in the flame. While all this is going on, Locke comes across a computer.
Ready to play. Your move.
Mikhail realizes that Saeed and Kate aren't buying his story one bit, and he says, "Why do we continue to play this game?" And they fight. Saeed and Kate take him down and they tie him up. Locke says, "There isn't anybody else here. I checked already," but Saeed reveals that there is a door in the floor. Kate and Saeed go down into the hidden room and they see that the entire place is wired with C4. While that is going on, Locke is watching over Mikhail, but the lure of the computer is just too much for poor John Locke, and he has to go finish his chess game. Let me explain it this way. If Locke is Superman, then his kryptonite is computers. Locke just cannot be trusted around computers. Bad things always happen. Locke beats the computer at chess, and that triggers a manual override. And we see Dr. Marvin Candle, Pierre Chang, Mark Wickman, whatever. He has so many names. And eventually he says, if the hostiles have taken over the station, enter 7-7. But then Mikhail comes and takes Locke hostage. Kate is still down in the secret room, and then all of a sudden she is attacked by none other than B. Saeed and Kate take B outside because that's where Locke says he is, only to discover that he's being held hostage by Mikhail, so we have a kind of standoff, and then B starts to speak to Mikhail in Russian.
Что делать? Это приказ!
У нас все еще есть выход! Стоп!
Just do it, Mikhail!
Прости меня!
Mikhail says, "I don't care what you do to me, I will never show you where the barracks are." But before leaving the secret room, Saeed took one of the Dharma Initiative notebooks, and in this notebook is an electrical map that shows exactly on the island where the barracks are. And everyone leaves the flame, and then all of a sudden, Locke explains.
The computer said if there was an incursion by the hostiles, I should enter 7-7. So I entered 7-7.
Locke knew that the flame was going to explode, and he doesn't want any communication with the outside world because, of course, he's trying to protect the island. Saeed is obviously frustrated because their communication station has been destroyed, and they're all getting ready to head towards the barracks, and he makes creepy kind of eye contact with the cat that looks strangely like Sammy's wife's cat. I don't know what that means. Oh, also, I forgot to mention that the cat's name is Nadia, named after gymnast Nadia Comaneci. I think that's how you pronounce it. But still, weird. And that's where we're going to leave it today, with Nadia the cat. Liz, you're talking about Paravian tomorrow, so I'll see you then.
We're gonna need to watch that again.